Good morning. My name is Jeff Carson, and I have the privilege of serving as the chair of the Providence Missions Committee. I wanted to take just a few minutes this morning and tell you a little bit about the Missions Committee itself, and then introduce some people to tell you about our latest international mission trip. The work of the Mission Committee here at Providence is guided by the principles in our mission statement. The mission of the Providence United Methodist Church Missions Committee is to administer the missions budget of the church, ensuring that funds are dispersed locally, nationally, and internationally in a manner that maximizes their effect in the furtherance of the Lord's kingdom. To do this, we will focus our resources on those organizations and individuals external to Providence that, one, will receive a significant benefit from the amount of our donation, and or two, have some connection to Providence, and or three, demonstrate a critical need. The missions budget for this year was $70,000. As you can see, we disperse over 90% of our funds internationally and locally. This year, Providence sent its 8th international mission team out into the mission field. We sent a team of 22 people to the town of Barahona in Dominican Republic. We had several objectives while we were there. First, we wanted to help in the construction of an orphanage. We were assisting in a local clinic and a hospital. We wanted our youth to interact with the local youth, and then we went to a batey to build latrines. A batey is basically a refugee camp between the Dominicans and the Haitians. Now I'd like to introduce a couple of people who are going to give you their impressions of this trip.
Well, like a lot of people, I've done some mission activity locally and in the Southeast, but had never done anything internationally. And I knew the church had gone several years, and frankly I always seemed to come up with some excuses as to why I couldn't make those international trips. But this year seemed to be the year. And then I found out we were going to the Dominican Republic, about 50 miles from the Haitian border, and thought, that may be a little too Spartan for me. But it turned out to be a great experience. And yes, some of the conditions were a bit Spartan. We're not from a family who roughs it a lot, but it's really unique when you find yourself not only on a mission project, that's part of it, but really immersed in a culture that's totally different than anything I've certainly ever experienced in Fayette County or even anywhere in the U.S. You really learn a couple of things. One, that people who don't tend to have the comforts and other stuff that we have, are equally as happy and if not more so. And in fact, you find that their faith is as strong, if not stronger. So it really gives you a mind adjustment as to what a mission trip's all about, but also what it's like to be involved with people who live a little bit differently than we do. The other thing that was neat for me, my son CJ came along, and we actually had several senior high youth come along, and they not only did a great job on the mission project, but it was a whole lot of fun to see them interact with the local youth, playing baseball in the evening, playing music. And again, just not the kind of perspective that you can get staying here in Fayette County or anywhere in the Southeast. So it was a great experience. I'd go again. When we first got to the mission house, the conditions, I almost grabbed Philip Foster by the neck to say, what the heck have you gotten us into? But we adjusted to the bunkhouse and the noises of the chihuahuas and the roosters making noise all throughout the night, and it turned out to be a great trip. I would definitely go again.
When I first heard about the trip to the Dominican Republic, I thought it would be really fun to practice my Spanish and help everybody there and learn more about what they do. Before I got to the Dominican Republic, I kind of expected it to be kind of like Africa, almost, but that was not how it was the entire week. It was mostly Friday when we went to the bateys. A batey is a place where a lot of the poor people live, and it's kind of away from the cities. The houses are really small and close together and everything, and when we were there we built latrines for the people living there. The majority of the time when we were in Barahona, we spent it building an orphanage for the children who lived on the streets. Besides the work on the orphanage, during siesta time or like after dinner and stuff, we got to play baseball with the locals. Sometimes we went to ice cream places or bakeries, and that was really fun to get to know them and become friends with the locals. I got a chance to practice my Spanish. One of the days, I think it was Wednesday, we went around to the houses nearby and we talked to some of the homeowners and talked to them about like what they needed help with, praying for, or anything. And most of them were really excited to see us, and they made room in their homes so we could all sit there. And a few even showed us around their houses, and they were just so glad we were there. I think there are about 20 people on the team who went to the Dominican Republic, and before then I didn't really know a whole lot of them, just like my neighbors and my mom. But I got to know a lot of the people on the trip, and they're really fun, and it was just a good time. I really like the change from just life, because the constant drone, you do the same things every day, and it was really nice to have a change and spend time with new people and do things you haven't done before. I would definitely go on another international mission trip next year or whenever I get the chance to again, because that's an experience I would love to have again.